Hey all, it's Letramort, doing a game guide for a VR game called The Broken Seal. This game's been out for a little while now. It's supported by two guys in China. They're pretty responsive to changes and feedback, so if you've got any feedback as you look at the video or afterwards, go onto the Steam discussion forums and leave them a note. I'm sure they'd be more than happy to hear from you. Okay, as again, if you're a new player, this will get you started in the game. Let's have a look at the settings first. So we've got our left and right-handedness. You can switch that around. Very handy as always. The detail, I have mine set on Epic. That seems to work quite well for me. The system I'm running is an i5 4570 with a 1060 6GB to support the graphics. Languages at the moment are English and Chinese. I'm supporting the guys who are developing the game with a bit of English translation. So bear with us while we fix up some of the language in the game. And the movement mode can either be as I'm moving now, just your sort of locomotion mode, or you can use teleport, which means you can use your left trigger to jump around the place. It affects the realism of the game a little bit, doing it that way. It means you can pretty much avoid encounters and monsters, so I prefer just to have it on the normal locomotion mode. They're your basic settings. You can exit the game through the red portal there, and now all we have to do is create ourselves a character. There's the guy I'm using sort of generally in the game, but I'm going to create a new one so you guys can see everything right from the start. So let's do that. Let's call him something really, really original. Letramort. In case you're curious about the origins of the name, it's actually two languages and two words combined together. If you manage to translate them into English, leave me a comment below if you figure out what they actually mean. That'd be great. Right, let's go with that. To start the game now, I need to equip my sword and my shield. To do that, trigger to look at the weapon, and then grip to equip. And I can swing my sword around. Same thing with the shield. Look at some of the stats there, and equip it. And there's my guy. As you can probably see, they all look fairly similar. The weapon and the shield you're carrying are customizable as you equip them, but the rest of the guy looks pretty much the same. Well, exactly the same really. So you'll just have to pretend that they're all from the same family, and probably twins. If you have 5 characters, then quintuplets. Alright, let's get started. So, we've got a multiplayer mode, which is kind of cool if you've got friends with the game, and your standard single player mode. I'm just going to have a look at single player for the moment. You've got your 3 difficulty levels, normal, hard, and hell. I'm going to assume that after you finish normal, you get access to hard, and after you finish hard, you get access to hell. Kind of like Diablo in that way, and there are actually quite a few similarities to Diablo in this game. So if you're a fan of that game growing up, you'll probably have a blast with this one as well. Right, let's have a look around our camp here, and I'll introduce you to the guys who are in our camp. First of all, let's have a look at our depot. This is pretty much your stash. So your inventory. Rather than use the chest, you actually put things on the rack here, so you can have a fair amount of loot. The loot system at the moment in the game is pretty straightforward. I'm going to assume later on they're going to make the loot system probably a little bit more in depth, so you'll have more reasons to keep all your different items. Right, let's go to our first guy here. Right, he gives me a quest to kill a berserker. He's going to reward me with a summon bear ball if I do that. This guy is actually our summoner, so you can get pet balls in the game and drop them into this summoning pedestal, and that'll summon a pet for you. You can see he's got a couple of guys behind him that are, I guess, his pets. Very obedient, just standing still there. Right, so that's our first quest. Pretty much everyone in this camp will give me a quest. The old lady here, she wants me to kill a Death Lord in the Deep Maze. And you can see a little bit of the text actually cut off the bottom there, unfortunately. We'll fix that up. This is, I think, is the last monster you kill, last boss monster, and that'll give you passage to the Frozen Plateau, so a completely different world with some different monsters, which is cool. So exit back to our character creation screen. Here's our dwarf number 2. Here's our shopkeep. So again, another mission. A lot of these dwarves seem to be a little bit bloodthirsty. They want to kill things all the time, or they want me to kill them, because they're maybe too lazy to do themselves. If I kill the sergeant, he'll give me 10 poison resistance, and as a shopkeeper, I can also buy things from him. Here's our dude that can sell things to. He actually didn't give me a quest, shockingly enough. Alright, so when you get items, you can just drop them into this little cart here, and he'll sell them, or he'll give you the gold for the items you sell. This is our waypoint crystal. So as you go along through the game, you'll find waypoints, and you can portal yourself back to this camp. Again, kind of similar to Diablo. Right, this is our, what is it, 4th dwarf now? He'll give me another quest. He wants me to kill the skeleton knight, and he'll give me a reward for that. And he also gives me a few tips along the way. So I can return to this guy if I just keep going sort of backwards and forwards. He'll keep giving me tips for different things. So this one is actually telling me that I can speak commands in the game, and he'll do different things for me. I'll show you those as I get to them. Right, that's our camp. This pillar here will give you my first spell. This is actually something recently that they've added to the game. It used to be that the blue pillar over there was where you got your first spell. I decided to give it to you straight away. Not quite sure about that change. Kind of felt like earning your first spell was cool, but you know, much for muchness, I guess. So let's grab that. Okay, so hitting this pillar gives me a spell Fireball, and I'll just quickly take you through the spell book. So that's the name of our spell. Description there. Got the damage that it will do. You can upgrade your spells as you level up and as you complete quests. The mana it costs. This is the level of the spell. It is 0 at the moment. The gold here is if you want to redistribute your skill points, what they call ability points in this game, or AP. AP I normally associate with being action points in an RPG, but for this time they've called it ability points. The speaker here will actually read the spell out to me.
Fireball.
So Fireball. The unique part of this game is when you cast spells, you actually use your voice to do so. So they've got a third-party plugin for the game that's speech recognition. So as you speak into the microphone of your headset, you can cast spells, which is cool and very unique and does help with the immersion of the game. Lastly, at the bottom here is my button to upgrade my spells, my green plus button. So again, as I get more skills, I can upgrade my spells. And obviously just my close at the bottom here. Close things I can also just issue that command to the game. Holding down my right trigger, I get this pink ball at the end of my sword, and I can go close all. Close all. Initially it may take a couple of times for you to get that to work, but as you move through the game, it should sort of settle down. Right, now we're ready to start adventuring. I'm going to head over to this blue pillar. Before I do that, I'll just quickly show you the map. So I'll right trigger again and say, show me the map. Show me the map. There we go. So straight ahead is my first boss. I'm looking at this dude down here. He's the guy I want to kill. So bigger picture of him there, and that's just a reminder of the quest. Right, so you can zoom in and out of the map with your right stick. So move the stick up to zoom in and backwards to zoom out. And the image there shows where the boss is. Close all. Closes the map for me. Okay, let's actually show you the spellcasting system. So, I've got a Fireball spell now. To cast that, right trigger again and just say Fireball. So, beautiful Fireball. I actually hit that guy. Better shot than I think. Some gold for me. I'll show you the melee system. So their swords and their shields they can block with. You can destroy their swords. Sorry, you can destroy their shields by hitting them enough. The melee system also works in a way that if you do very small kind of chops, you do less damage than if you do great big swipes. So it adds a little bit more realism to the game. Let's see if I can group a few more of these guys together so I can fireball them all. Got the option to skip forward, back, left and right by double tapping in any direction. That does actually use mana though, which you can see down the right there. What I'll do is just fireball these guys. Fireball. Fireball. Work off. Right, so I've leveled up there. That means I can actually use one of my ability points. Oh, I've got a crystal as well. That'll help with some of my stats. So add to my max mana and the gold I get and some poison resistance. So do equip that. and that'll equip it on my body. Right, upgrade a spell. Show me the spell book. Show me the spell book. Oh, there's a guy killing me. You see I break his shield there. And you can protect yourself with your sword and your shield as well. So you can see I've got one ability point there. I'm going to use that to upgrade this fireball. You'll see the damage go up. So now it's doing more damage and it's costing 1 more mana for that. Close all. And let's go and fireball some more dudes. Some barrels around here somewhere, I think. Can't have an RPG without barrels. Fireball. So you can actually fireball the ground. As long as the explosion catches them, they will get damaged. Fireball. It's silly, but it's fun. Gold in barrels. RPGs are known for it. Right, so my blue pillar there is what I'm aiming for. I'm going to skip through these guys. And my boss there, you can see the pink status or pink health bar above his head. And it's the boss. Fireball. Fireball. Maybe just hacking this guy away. Fireball. Kind of like to combine the melee and the fireballs, or and the spells. Bit of variety of the game. Got another gem. So max HP, experience, and lightning resistance, I'm assuming that is. I'll equip that. Got another sword here as well. The blue colour indicates that it's better than what I have. I'll pick that up and just show you. So up the top is my green sword, down the bottom is my blue sword. Tell by the attack and probably the gold that it's a bit better. So I can equip that. You can actually dual wield in this game as well, so let's do that now. To bring up my items, I just go show me my inventory. You can see I've got another sword there. Let's grab that in my left hand and equip it. So now I have my 2 swords. While we're here, let's quickly go through the inventory things. My experience level is 2, 8 hit points, mana points, attack on my left hand and my right hand, my defense, my ability points, I don't have any at the moment to spare, and my resistances. Because I'm not carrying a shield, I don't have any resistances either. Okay, hiding behind the rock there is actually the things I'm carrying. You would have thought actually with those gems I would have had some more resistances, but apparently not. Might be a little bit of a bug in the game there. Okay, so this is the rack that I have as I'm wandering around that I can store things. My shield is there because I've now got 2 swords obviously. And a mirror, if you really want to check yourself out, you can do. Kind of cool how you can get your swords together. Okay, close all. Right, let's get over to this pillar and get my second spell. From killing the boss, it's opened that up. If I hadn't killed the boss, I wouldn't actually be able to get this spell. Let's get that now. I have Chain Lightning. Take these guys out. Ooh, got another sword. I had 3 hands I'd equip it, but I don't, so I'm just going to drop it into my chest there. Okay, so my spell is Chain Lightning.
Chain Lightning.
Cool. Right, so it's got the normal stats there. Just hear another guy coming towards me. Pretty easy to take out. Okay, so I'm going to cast that spell now. I'm going to get some guys together, excuse me, and see how many guys I can Chain Lightning. Close all. Close all. Don't know why I wanted to Chain Lightning there. Okay, let's see how many of these guys I can group together. Just going to fly through them. You can see it's actually using mana for me to skip towards and get away from guys. Ooh, lots of guys following me. Chain Lightning. That's pretty cool. Chain Lightning. Chain Lightning. And finish with a Fireball. Fireball. Ooh, got another gem there. Ooh, MP recovery, so that's my regeneration of my mana. Got some ability power and some ice resistance. Put that one as well. My mana should be recovering more quickly now. While I'm here, I'll quickly show you what's on your belt. You have a healing potion down here, 500 health. Might as well heal myself, pick that up. Have a swig. back to 100 health. And now 487, here's 13 of that. You can recover that back at the camp. And a portal scroll to get me back to camp as well. I'll do that shortly. Right, got a few more guys. I might actually head up to this shrine at the top there and I'll show you how that works. I'm going to skip up here. Hopefully I've got enough mana to do it. I'm going to run out pretty quickly. Right, I'll take on these guys. Fireball. Fireball. Who else is here? Who's running out of mana? This guy behind me as well. Fireball. Oh, it's everywhere. Fireball. Chain lightning. Chain lightning. Run out of mana. Oh, we wiped him out there. Fireball. There we go. A few guys there to wipe out. Alright, so if I move close to this, so my weapon is sharper, doing more damage with melee weapons now. Let's see how that works. Effective, really. Helps obviously with having the two weapons. Okay, so that's the basics of the combat system. What I might do now is head back to camp and we'll get the reward for completing our quest. And that's pretty much the introduction to the game, I think. So let's heal myself. Actually, I'll heal myself back at the camp. So to get back to camp, I obviously can just wander back there. After I kill these guys. Fireball. I actually grabbed the portal scroll there and dropped it, so it separated the portal. Got a hammer as well. Let's actually dual wield a hammer and a sword. So I think, I don't know which sword I've actually got the best, which hand I've got the best sword in. Let's check that out. So that's actually my good sword. Show me my inventory. Let's grab this hammer. Here we go. Alright, hammer and sword, pretty cool. Close all. Now I'm going to head through this portal and get back to camp. Right, so the dude that will reward me is this one here. Killed his ogre for him. Cool, task being completed. Alright, that should give me another ability point. Show me my spellbook. Show me my spellbook. As I'm commentating, it thinks I'm trying to issue it commands, so it's coming up with that thing of saying I haven't learned that spell yet. What it actually means is that it doesn't understand the command. Okay, so yeah, ability points. Let's see if we can make this fireball better. Okay, I'm not actually at the right level, so I can make the chain lightning better. I can do that. I can't actually do more than one. So as I get more levels up, I'll be able to increase those spells. Okay, the last thing here is the fountain. This will heal my health here and also replenish my potion. See that there? Let's see actually if I can summon a pet. I'm going to sell all my stuff. See if I can buy a pet ball. Show me my inventory. Sell all my gear. Or these swords at least. And there. Where did it go? Oops. Get in there. There we go. That one too. There we go. Well, actually, let's get rid of the shield. Just want to make sure I've got enough gold. Okay, close all. Go to this guy. So I can buy his wares. Well, there's some things kind of hidden there. I think there's a little skeleton hiding under here. I'm going to grab this. There it is. So 250 gold. Buy that. Put it in there. So let's say buy things. Just literally pick them up and drop them in your chest. Let's see if I can actually go and summon this skeleton now. It's just the fountain healing me. Show me my inventory. Grab this pet ball. Drop it in there. 750 gold. Big storm. And let's see if I get my pet. There he is. My skeleton is ready to fight. They're pretty autonomous, these guys. They just sort of run around and hack at things. You can't really issue them with commands. They really do their own thing. But they look pretty cool. They're fun to have in the game. There's a good variety of them. Quite a few different pets you can summon for a cost. Very handy to have. Right, that's the introduction to the Broken Seal. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it's been helpful. This game guide is also on Steam in text version. If you want to read through that, you can see it in the game guide section of Broken Seal on Steam. And there's also discussion forum there, as I said earlier, to leave comments and suggestions, and the developers will usually get back to you pretty quickly. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Cheers.